cold wind blows through a thick, foggy forest. The woods themselves, dense with varieties of spruce and pine trees. The undergrowth is thick and unmanaged. Far off in the distance, you can faintly make out gunfire and explosions. There's a war just beyond the woods. A great war to end all wars. So they say. We carefully reminding ourselves through the forest. A small group of us told we needed to secure some house of all things far off on the outskirts of the action. Felt safe enough. Felt more likely to survive this hellscape with securing a house than marching into the mouth of the beast. Or so I thought. Most of them are dead now. Not sure why I lived. But I'm here now. Just one or two others made it out. Photographer, by the looks of it. Snapped some shots of things we saw. Never did hear if they were developed or not. A young man, too. Younger than he said he was. That I'm sure of. He handled himself well, though. Always was facing eyes into a book at any moment we had a rest. Lost track of both of those figures a while back. Think they moved northeast. Figured I'd stay here in the big city. The house on the outskirts of the war seemed quaint enough. Looked abandoned. Still, we were careful. Checked the perimeter. Waited long enough that felt too long. And we ventured in. Top brass said there were some books here. Books we couldn't understand. Written in some language, I think. Books that held secrets of the enemy, so this was a big job that we needed to not fuck up. But now and then, one of us think we saw something moving through the brush. It always looked taller than any man could have been. Brushing past the tops of trees. We were all on edge. Playing with our minds. Decided to spend a cold night in the house. I think the bookworm tried to make heads or tails of something from the books. Heard muttering or something. Everyone was asleep. I just felt so hopelessly desperate. The conflict was getting to me and the movement through the trees was fucking with my mind. I know a few guys back in the city. Maybe I could swipe a couple of those fancy-ass books and huck them for some cash to set myself up after the war. My watch ended and stuck some of the books in my pack. Branches snapping in the distance, but the only thing I cared about was making sure those books were well and hidden. Can't shake the feeling that I needed them more than I needed the air in my lungs. Woke up to most of the crew dead. Gutted. Movement in the branches must have been the enemy. The way some of our men were torn apart. There's no way any man could have done that. There's no way in hell. We were all spooked. So we took what we could. And we bolted. The funny thing is, the enemy must have left some of us alive to fuck with us. I found innards in my backpack. A car slowly navigates the winding roads between Null Shore and the Bethel estate. The large mountain of the shore looms in the distance, while the famed mines lay just below. The dirt road takes some drastic curves to avoid the various rocks and bodies of water, eventually giving way to a large open field where the Bethel house was built. Eventually, it gives way to a large open field where the Bethel house was built, tucked away at the end, surrounded on three sides by forest. The captain put a lot of work into the estate, built it up over the years. Him and his family took on farming and raising livestock. Giving goods back to the folks of the shore, money only gets you so far out here, but being in with the townsfolk gets you a lot further. The car sputters as Detective Lawrence shakes his head slightly to keep awake. He fuddles with the radio, trying to get any kind of signal back. Oh. Not my buttons. Let me try that again. The car sputters slightly as Detective Lawrence shakes his head slightly, trying to keep awake. He fuddles with the radio to try to get any signal out of the radio. Nope. He fuddles with the radio to try to get any signal. God damn this blasted heap of junk. No signal out this far, I guess. Hey gang, we're just on the we're just here on the estate just a few minutes before we arrive. I don't reckon anyone's awake in the house. There's usually a few Bethel kids on watch out here, though. The car slows as it gets near the main gate. A young woman in a dark button-up shirt with a shotgun resting on her shoulders leans down. Lawrence, fine time for you to show up. She doesn't really make eye contact for long. Her head is kind of on a swivel. Get into the house quick now, don't meander. There's a few beds on the second floor for you if you need some rest. Captain will let you know what's going on now in the morning. Hey, I appreciate it, Neva. What's going on around here? Did you not hear what I just said? Get in the house, don't meander. Neva, daughter of the captain, puts the shotgun back on her shoulder as she heads back towards the fence and has a good stare out over the grounds of the estate. The car itself slowly pulls up, parking near a large moving truck of sorts. Lawrence gets out of the car, making no noise to try to wake up the people inside of the house. He grabs the car suddenly as it feels like a tremor is shaking the entire area. What in the Lord, jumping? But as soon as the tremor started, it's gone. Not used to quakes in these parts. I don't like that one bit. All right, gang, welcome to the Bethel house, home of Bancraft, the calm Bethel, also known as the captain. Everyone's probably asleep here, so I guess we'll settle in and figure out what the fuck is going on in the morning, which I reckon, is just a few hours away at this point. You're not really greeted by anyone outside as Lawrence pushes open the doors and walks inside. The house is quiet, not suspiciously quiet, but just the kind of quiet that comes in the dead of night while everyone slumbers. Before we get into anything in particular, I just want to find out what we're doing during the night. We're going to do a bit of a night montage. Thomas, are you developing your film before sleeping?
Well, both before and after, as Thomas is asleep in the car.
Okay, so you're developing during the car ride?
No, I mean he's asleep in the car, but when we get to the Bethel house, yeah, he's going to develop his.
All right. Is Sibyl doing anything in particular before sleeping?
I don't think so. I think she's so relieved to be somewhere supposedly reasonable that she's just gonna get some rest.
Somewhere safe.
Yeah.
Chatsworth, are you poring over any books or anything before you rest?
That's probably a much better thing than I thought of, which was Chatsworth is just doing some proper gun maintenance, oiling the stock, making sure the bolt is good, checking the ammunition.
Classic librarian.
Yeah. That would have been probably a smarter thing to do, but that's not what he's doing.
It's a tabletop game. It's not too late to change your mind if you'd rather do some light reading.
No reading. Just gun care.
Beautiful. We cut to the morning, and we'll do a little flashback about what you're actually doing, the film and the like as we go. During the morning, it's a little bit less quiet inside the house. You can hear the wind blowing against the pretty strong structure, but even with the gale force winds, you feel the house kind of buckling slightly. You've been asleep for a few hours. I think you're all pretty much at the point of exhaustion. You had the train ride into Null Shore. Horribly wrong. Lots of undead. People eating people. Not a good situation. Then you had straight into the Hotel Horizons, which quickly became overcome with the cultists known as the Unbecomers, slaughtering people in the hallways and coming for you all on the top floor as well. Straight into driving here to the Bethel house. So a good night's rest is what was needed, but it was definitely a good night's rest well into the next day, well past the afternoon at this point. It's early, it's late afternoon. I was supposed to say it's early morning. Just contradicting everything I just said. No, it's very late afternoon, early evening. You hear a knock on each of your doors. Lawrence like, I'll be downstairs whenever you're ready. Take your time. You all kind of go through your morning rituals and head downstairs to join Lawrence. You hear some voices murmuring, and Lawrence opens a large double set of doors on the main floor that lead into this kind of massive living space, but you feel like it's used more for just living, knowing the captain and all of his various activities that he gets up to. It becomes kind of a meeting place as well. You see Bancroft, a thick gray beard, gray hair kind of just all over the place, heavy wrinkles, and his skin is just like this dark tan and kind of cracked from years at sea with the salt air. He's got like a dark blue button-up shirt with dark suspenders on, and he's kind of just sitting down with his in a chair with his hand kind of just like resting on his knee, talking to two people. Right, so all these show up in the dead of night, needing a favor. For what? A book. Listen, I've got more books here than there's fish in the sea. You'll be a month of Sundays trying to find any kind of book in my private my private library out there. What are you after, even at all? Ky, would you like to introduce your character, what they look like, and what they're doing? Having a discussion here with the captain.
Yes, my character is sitting very upright, and we're sitting in chairs, I assume.
Yep.
But you can kind of see she is very short, but wearing very crisp clothes, like pants that are very wide-legged with sort of a garbage bag waist, a little gathering at the top. And then a shirt of very fine silk with a jacket over it that has a little bit of a wider shoulder cut, giving her a very hourglassy figure if she were standing. And then heels that seem precariously high, for doing anything sensible. And her hair is just like up in a very, very neat updo that kind of like turns around in the back and sits high on her head. There's like a little fascinator almost style hat that sort of tilts down a little bit over her face on one side. Yeah, she's just kind of brightly, very brightly, like looking at this guy at, I don't know, 6 a.m.
Well, closer to 6 in the evening, I think, at this point.
This is the nighttime.
Yes,
Okay.
right.
Is there anything particularly interesting you have in your library? We would just love a look. A man with such a fine bastion of tomes must have things of particular interest.
All right. Well, I've got quite a few things of particular interest. Yeah. Listen, I traveled all over the place, sailing from here to the continents across the ocean. I've got quite a collection here. I quite like keeping my collection. If you want to go have a look through it all, I suppose I could oblige. Sorry, the things around here lately have been stressful. You'll have to forgive my attitude. There's a lot going on lately, and I've just been worried about the people around here. It depends on what kind of book you're after, to be honest with you. If you like fishing tackle, I've got 8 volumes on fishing tackle alone.
Not quite that. Perhaps my researcher can tell you precisely what we're looking for.
The
Sort of like
researcher
imperiously gesture to the seat next to me.
Yeah, in the seat next to you. Jess, would you like to introduce and describe your character?
Yes. So Gwendolyn Price is she's wearing an outfit that looks decidedly older than she is, but she has this kind of like youthfulness to her face that it's really hard to pinpoint her age. Like, it's clear that she is not in her 20s, but like could be like a very good looking like late 40s, but could also be like early 30s. It's really hard to pinpoint. Her hair is pulled back very tightly in a very perfect bun. She has large spectacles, almost like Coke bottle lenses, and she's wearing a button-up, like kind of like frilly top that has like this big bow or like around the neck, and then just kind of a long skirt, and very, very like just kind of, you probably would not notice her in a crowd. Very unassuming kind of look to her, and just has very practical shoes on. And then is wearing has this kind of shoulder bag, or like a across the shoulder leather strap, and a what looks like a very worn leather briefcase that is connected to it. Yes, this would be a particularly old tome that we're looking for, but I'm also curious, what bit of trouble have you encountered?
Right, well, what bit of trouble have we not encountered, to be honest with you? Luckily, you know, we've got a pretty lucky, my youngest, August, was just at a hotel last night, and him and some others arrived here this late last night, early this morning, and ran into him this morning, and he said the whole hotel down there is a mess. Bunch of cultists, you might hear them referred to as cuntists around these parts, stormed the hotel and started killing people all over the place. But I mean, I'm concerned about that, but hitting a bit closer to home. Half of me livestock been wiped out recently. Just not even dying of natural causes. One of me cows was just torn in half, just vicious and violent, and I've never seen anything like it all my life. That's kind of what's weighing on my mind, so I apologize.
Oh, I can understand how that would be very troublesome.
Yes, yeah.
But I'm sure that Ms. Landau would happily compensate you for the tome if we could easily just get out of your hair, because it sounds like you have quite a bit to deal with.
Well, no, we do. We are here to look at your books and tomes and possibly study one. And we would actually, as was said, be happy to compensate you. And I sort of like do the thing where you are reaching like into your bag to pull out a wallet. It's like,
right. Oh, so you're looking at my older stock of books to what, sell it, or to have? What's the purpose?
well, for now, we would just love to browse and start there and see if we come to anything of enough interest for our employer to compensate you.
Right. As you mentioned, the employer, the doors in the back open up and a few figures step through, and you see the captain kind of look past the two of your shoulders there, just like around to the entrance. Sorry, excuse me a moment. You see the captain's demeanor kind of changes a bit as he looks past. We got some guests by look of it, and that's a face I haven't seen in some time. Sibyl, my dear, how are you?
Sybil just runs over to hug him like you would like an uncle or something.
he like doesn't get up, but he like puts his arm up to reciprocate the hug. My dear, some night y'all had, I heard it.
It was more interesting than most nights I've had.
I would say. And August was saying you just got off the train.
Yeah, the train was just as interesting.
There's a whole series of nope, not unfortunate. There's a whole we got that. That's quite a precarious few situations you found yourself in.
Yeah. So, yeah.
How's Hank?
Oh, he's grand. The whole family's doing very well. Mom is as good as ever, and all the clubs are doing very well. We've been getting some good performers. You and the family should come up sometime. We can have a nice night out on the town.
Yeah, if I can ever get away from the old farmstead, although that's becoming a little bit easier, I guess, not through my own means. Who are your well, I know Lawrence back there, but who's everyone else you got here?
This is Chatsworth, and this is Thomas. I've known Thomas for a while through business,
Right.
but Chatsworth and Thomas made it through the train and the hotel with me, and we're three of maybe like 5 or 6 that seem to have done that. And I think she's like losing composure as she like sort of like casually skips back to do a quick body count, and then is like, no, don't do that body count.
Give me a sanity check, Sibyl. So just a reminder, you're trying to roll against a D100 against your sanity score, and you're trying to get lower.
Oh no. I got a 69, but my sanity is 60.
Oh, you got that luck. Wait, you can't spend it on luck. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
That's I think literally the only time you can't spend luck
Yeah.
is on a sanity check.
What if she spent all of her luck?
You spend all of it. No. I won't do that.
Just Rooney chanting phobia in chat right now.
We were cheated.
That's amazing.
Thinking back on the hotel situation, Chatsworth and Thomas as well, if you want to do a sanity check.
I don't want to.
That was a pretty gruesome situation. A lot of people being kind of butchered in front of you.
So am I trying to get above my
Yeah,
sanity
above is
score?
what we want, right? Above?
You want under?
By like a lot, right?
You want a
We all just fucking glaze over.
I got a 90 out of 50, so...
Oh.
I got a 22.
So you succeeded. Yeah, you did. You did
Yeah.
fine. All right. Thomas is fine. Chatsworth and Sibyl, I don't think you're in fear of having a break right now, but both of you roll a d4, and that's how much sanity you're going to lose. Thomas is just enjoying his mid-evening.
I lost 1.
I lost 4.
And of course, that
Just
gets
fucking tanking.
more difficult as
Can
we
she
go.
spend luck to lose more sanity?
Yeah, Sibyl has lost the most sanity. Are you?
Oh no.
You're below.
I'm
your-
not. I'm on it. I'm not below it.
Ooh, things are getting spicy this session.
What happens when that happens?
When anybody, so just to recap a little bit, if you lose 5 sanity in one go, so right now if someone lost 5 sanity, you would get a form of temporary, you'd make an intelligence check, and then you would get a form of temporary insanity if you happen to fail that intelligence check. Succeed, the intelligence check. That check is flipped. When you succeed an intelligence check for sanity, you understand the horrors that you're seeing, and so you fail the check technically because you're like, oh, this is eldritch shit. I'm fucked. And when you lose 1/5 of your total sanity score, you gain a form of indefinite madness, which can last up to a month, and I think is only treatable with therapy.
So if I lose one more sanity point,
You're going to gain some indefinite madness.
can you still function with indefinite madness?
You can still function, and you
Okay.
still will have to make an intelligence check to
Okay.
navigate that whole situation.
I can go a little mad as a treat.
That's a treat, just a little treat. The captain looks you all over as 2 of you just kind of stare 1,000-yard stare. Right. Okay then. I don't really know what that's about. Sorry. Listen, we've got some guests here. Sorry, I only caught one of your last names. Who are you again? Apologies.
Apologies myself, Ms. Ermine Landrew, and I just hold out my hand, like, very kind of limply.
The captain takes your hand. Ermine, and sorry, the glasses here.
Oh, yes, Gwendolyn, Dr. Gwendolyn Price.
Dr. Gwendolyn Price. Right, all right. Doctor in the house. Good, great, actually. Gwendolyn and Ermine here. They're looking into books of some sort. I don't know, Sibyl. I don't know. Maybe y'all can help them out with whatever's going on here.
I like books.
Oh, well, better again if you're a fan of books then.
Yeah.
We did find some odd scrolls. If scrolls are up your alley. And then a little bit of Sibyl goes, and you have the money to pay?
Depends on, the merit and quality of the scrolls.
Oh, well, of course. One wouldn't expect a business transaction to go off without a little inspection.
Mhm.
May I?
Sure, yeah, I'm going to pull out these crazy scrolls.
That's exactly what they are.
Here, you take the time bomb.
You look so much more into this.
Yeah, there are definitely two scrolls. Let me pull up a little character sheet here. If you want to do a check, Gwendolyn, to see if you can kind of decipher what's going on, there's a few different options you could do. Occult is a big one. If you have Latin as your a language, that's a big one. Cthulhu Mythos is a big one. Other than that, it'll be a harder check, but you could do library. That'll be kind of a tougher check to get. Like, you'll need a hard success, which means you're rolling to try to get half of your ability. But Cthulhu Mythos, Occult, and language would be some of the big ones to try and make.
Let's go with
Brawl.
language.
Yeah. So you're rolling a D100 and you're trying to get under or equal to that number.
I got under. I got a 39.
Ooh, hell yeah. Is that close to your halfway point? So the middle column would be your halfway score.
No.
Okay.
That would be a 22.
Okay. You can spend 17 luck points if you wanted to make that a hard success. Oh, sorry.
You know what? Let's go. Burn
Hell
'em.
yeah. Hell yeah. Let's friggin' go. Listen, this is what I'm about. Spending luck points. That's my jam. Got them. Spend them, I say. So the Sibyl would have, and Gigi, who read the scrolls, of course, together on the train, R.I.P. Gigi. They kind of got a very loose translation of what's going on with these scrolls, but one of these scrolls converts people's desires into an unquenchable hunger, and the other scroll is used to bind that will, that hunger, to someone. So it's very occult, kind of dark magic type vibes that the scroll is kind of attached to, all written in Latin, and but like a very obscure kind of dialect. Without the hard success, you would have only got bits and pieces, but you know exactly what these are used for. It seems like the binding is kind of specific to the people who are affected by the unquenchable hunger, but these things, there are no hard limits. For the rumor on the wind is dark magic. You can probably push things past their limits if in a pinch, that kind of vibe. But that's kind of the rundown of what those two scrolls are. Definitely rare occult items, without a doubt.
So these are genuine.
I would say.
I'll look over to Ermine and be like, they're not quite what we're looking for, but they are of interest.
You think they'll be useful in our goals and what have you? Already bored of Latin.
It's could be useful. Could be lucrative.
Well, I do love lucrative. How much are you looking to sell these scrolls for, if we are interested in the set?
Justin, can I make a roll for that? Can I make an appraise roll? Does that make sense?
Yeah. If you want to do,
That's a skill? Oh my god.
it is a skill. You could do an appraise roll if you guys want to. Ermine could do
Counter appraise.
a counter appraise, or you could do credit. A credit roll also would be very appropriate. I think a lot of checks, a lot of like persuade might be helpful, or fast talk in this situation, but if Sibyl wants to do an appraised or credit or like a persuade.
Sibyl wants to figure out how much, like how high she can go while still ensuring that she gets these off her hands.
Yeah.
So would that be like so I'm trying to like read them.
Got it. That'll be a psychology check. If you're trying to read two of them.
Yeah, definitely. I'd way rather roll psychology.
This would be also opposed by psychology or one of the charm, I would say persuade actually, or fast talk would be an appropriate counter.
Okay.
Psychology?
Yep. And you don't have to tell me what you get, but if you want to say you got a success or a hard success, that will determine what Sibyl is trying to roll against.
I got a hard success. That's the middle one, right?
That's the middle one.
Oh, wait. Is it meets it, beats it for the other success?
If you meet the number, you succeed.
No, I'm not going to spend any luck.
No, spend your luck.
No, I'm not going to.
So the middle number is a hard success.
The middle
correct?
number is a hard success, correct.
And you go under it.
If you the third column is an extreme success, so if you meet that third column, that's like a crit. That's the be all end all.
Okay, so the middle one and meets it, beats it. So I don't need to go under it. I just have to.
You just need to get it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm going to spend 3 more luck points to hard success as well.
Is Ermine rolling?
Yes. Sorry, I lost the line on this thing. So if I'm doing something like credit rating, am I just trying, like, what would that be accomplishing versus the, like, psychology? If I think may ask?
Credit rating, I think a successful credit rating would be kind of making it seem for better or worse, because you're talking about finances, right? That would be kind of pushing the finances in your direction if you were to, at this point you need a hard success to just kind of break even with Sibyl, or if you get an extreme success, that would be like you pushing the negotiation in your favor.
All right. So my credit rating, the third column
is your
is 16.
Nice.
I got a 19 on the dice.
Holy shit.
Can I spend... That's 3. That's all I spend, right?
You can spend 3 luck to make that an extreme success.
Okay, I'm going to do that in my only good roll of the night, probably.
So what happens here is Sibyl is trying to get a read of these two. Sibyl, it's just you look at the researcher, Gwendolyn with the glasses, and you just can't quite lock on to what they're about. And Ermine seems to kind of have a lockdown on the way that the money is going to roll for this negotiation. Whether that's within Sibyl's favor or not, it just seems like you're kind of like at a bit of a loss. You're pretty good at reading people. You're pretty good at negotiations. It's kind of a lot of what you do. But at this moment, you just kind of look at these two and you're like, damn.
Yeah, I don't know shit about scrolls. So that's not not a good negotiating standpoint. Okay, then
I got a 75 in scrolls.
wait till we get to battle boats. I stalked that one this time.
95.
No. Okay, I am bad with the concept of money in this time frame. So Sibyl's just gonna say whatever, like a nicely bound, like early edition of a book would be. So just like a
$7.
like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, well, there's just a plethora of prices, but the point of this system is you don't usually get too hung up on prices. You just kind of roll your credit and ballpark, what sounds fair based on the roll. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that roll, yeah, we'll strike a deal for an amount that's agreed upon, right? If it counts for anything, just looking at prices here, an international flight is $18. If that counts for anything.
Oh, okay.
International flight. Okay. So if these people are on the hunt for books, they might have flown. So I'll say $20 for the two of them.
Sort of standing back, like over my researcher's shoulder, and just like raise an eyebrow.
Somebody with some real power, and I personally believe that often comes with money, needs to be the one in possession of these, because if someone without power is in possession of them, they'll be immediately taken, and the horrors that we saw on the train may come to pass somewhere else. Would you two like to see the downtown of the big city covered in people eating others' intestines? Perhaps twirling them around their dinner forks?
That does sound horrific.
I do have a picture being developed right now if you wanted to get a preview of what that might look like. Speaking of which, Thomas looks at his watch. I gotta go check on something. He's gonna run up to his room.
Yeah. Well, Thomas, let's do a photography check, and I'll leave it up to you, Patrick, if you want to do kind of one blanket roll, or we could go picture by picture of each section of the train that you took. So it was the locked car storage, it was the dining room, and it was the lounge on the train, and then you got some shots upstairs of some of the cultists in their attire and whatnot. I'll leave it up to you if you want to make that one roll across the board and kind of.
So you're saying either one roll for all, or like one roll per area?
One roll per area. Yeah.
Let's do per area, because that seems a bit more fun.
Hell yeah.
So lounge car storage, and then I think it was the restaurant one or whatever, and then the hotel.
And then the hotel.
Like 4 rolls?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
first roll is...
Come on.
I mean, it's a fucking 99. Like any other games, that would be amazing.
It's just a full-on black picture.
That is a fumble of I'm going to say the lounge car. I think the lounge car
that's the first one I have wrote down. That was the murder victim.
That would have been the best shot, and I think a critical fail there. That feels appropriate.
Yep. All right. I'm glad I didn't do one roll for all of them.
Brutal.
All right. Locked storage card. We got a 7.
A 7.
That is a super duper success.
Yeah, that's an extreme success. Hell yeah. That's very good. We'll keep going, and I'll mark that down as success. That was the storage. So the dining room.
Good idea to write down what I rolled for these. 99 07. All right.
Absolutely.
Let's see.
R.I.P. to that photo.
It's 101 on the next one now.
Rudy
next one's for first class cannibalism.
Rudy said you forgot to take the lens cap off for the first one.
100%.
Oh no.
That's what that is. 56.
Is that a success?
Yeah.
Nice. That's the dining car.
Yeah. And
the hotel.
big money, no whammies. Shit. 33.
Whoa!
That is
success.
almost a hard success. 32 is a hard success.
You've got the luck.
I'll spend one luck.
Petition to stop saying hard and extreme and say super and super duper.
You got my money. I'd pay $5 for that in 1932.
That's 1/3 of a flight across the Atlantic. Ish. Great. So we have a small montage of Thomas very sleepily trying to develop the first picture late at night, and then just like knocking over all the chemicals, and the picture gets wedged in, like the film for that gets wedged in between the floorboards, and you like haul it up and it's just a huge tear, and you like look at it in the light and you're just like crumple it up and like give it a toss. The next few, the locked storage is the next one. This is the one that you kind of leave it overnight to start developing, and then when you get up in the morning, you swap it out to start another one. The locked storage, you definitely make out some people that worked on the train. It looks like a security guard on the train as well. So it was two of the train's like workers, like the people that actually make the train function, and one of the security guards who were just meant to mind the passengers on the train. Those are the ones that they look in a very rough state, and you see odd carvings, kind of like their shirts are torn open, and you see those strange carvings similar to what some of the symbology you might have saw in the hotel. The hotel photo is the dining room is still developing, I will say, right now, and the hotel is still developing right now, but we'll get into those as we get further into the session.
The odd carvings, you say they're like into like their body.
Yeah, and you got a better picture of that where it's like this circle logo with 8 triangles surrounding it. Sort of looks like a sun ish. Thomas comes back downstairs with a photo of the locked storage of the Phoenix and Sons Shoreline Express train with like these, for Gwendolyn and Ermine, just decrepit looking people who their clothing is torn up. One of them is a Phoenix employee who works, well, they all are Phoenix employees technically, they work on the train, but one has like a Phoenix emblem who is a security guard, which is a pretty well-known company in these parts, and they look, half of one of their faces is missing, they're slashed up, their eyes are like sunken in, their skin is hanging off, and blood is pouring out over their mouth and onto their clothes. It's a nice photo, technically speaking. It's well shot. Chatsworth, I'll leave this up to you, but you did get a few tomes from the upstairs of the hotel that you almost paid a hefty price by getting kind of stuck in a room during a firefight. But you did uncover 2 tomes during that process. Whether or not you want to decide to do anything with those is up to you, obviously.
Chatsworth would have just like sat down at the table while everybody else was doing all this stuff and just pulled one out and started reading.
Yeah.
That feels like it's in character for him, so...
Definitely.
Oh, okay.
If Ermine and Gwendolyn want to do a spot hidden check...
I would love to do that.
Because you're having a bit of a conversation with Sibyl and the group as Chatsworth just leaves to go read.
Oh my god. I rolled a 5, so that is the 3rd column below it.
Super duper success.
Super duper.
Oh,
success.
Super duper success.
A super duper success.
Holy shit. What did Ermine get?
I rolled a 25, which is my halfway thingy is 30, so
Whoa.
that's
Hard success. Super success.
Hard success.
Fucking hard success, bro. Hell yeah. Gwendolyn, you spot this immediately. This is volumes 1. Chatsworth has taken out 1. This is volume 1 of a history of the occult on the shore, which is a 3-volume set. The 3rd volume was what you were asking about for the captain, just not by name. And this is volume 1 of those 3 that this gentleman is sitting down at a table to kind of thumb through passively. And you kind of give Ermine a look, and Ermine, with this look, you look over and kind of spot the spine of this tome.
Has the book been like pulled out while we are waiting for the photographs to come back?
Probably, yeah, I would say.
I would just kind of, in the moments of silence, be like, "Oh, another lover of books. Clearly, what are you reading, good sir?"
I'm not too sure yet. It's feels like it might be important for what's going on at the hotel. That's kind of where, I picked it up and thought this might be important to have in my bag.
Well, I'm sure it's astute. Would you like my researcher to help you decode anything or look through it? 2 eyes or many hands make light work?
Yeah. I mean, I always love working with a fellow reader. I can't think of a better word than that right now.
Academic, if you will.
Yeah, that thank you. Yes. Yes, please come join.
I will head over and look. Is the captain anywhere nearby?
The captain's still kind of in his chair. You see him kind of sit back. One of his, just an individual kind of walks in. They got like bright orange hair, and they walk up, right? And they're just having like a kind of random discussion next to, or with, I should say, Sibyl and Thomas.
Is Mr. Bancroft, Captain, I think? Yeah.
Yes, what can I do for you?
The book that we were discussing earlier would be a companion piece to these. Right.
Well, if it's going to be anywhere, it might be downstairs in my study. We've got all me. It's a small library I've set up down there. Listen, if and he looks towards the ginger-haired young fellow. August, if you wouldn't mind, I don't know, maybe you could show him all down there to see, have a look or something. Sibyl, my dear, would you mind sticking for a conversation? And young fellow with the camera, wouldn't mind seeing that photo again, if that's all right. Near the back, you see Detective Lawrence, like, I meant to say this earlier. I told everyone in the car ride here, but Bancroft couldn't get many calls through to the locals in town. Seems like all the police have, I don't know, maybe their phones are cut or something's going on. And Bancroft kind of looks, right, those fucking cops are not good for anything. Right, well, that's good to know, Lawrence. I appreciate it. Appreciate your help. The ginger-haired fellow, August, walks over to you. Right, yeah, well, we can head on downstairs if he wants. Take a look at the study. Bancroft, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Well, it does sound like we're on a time crunch, and as long as we're trying to stay out of everyone's hair, I turn back to Sibyl and like pull out a very crisp, like brand new looking $20 bill, and I'm like, for the scrolls.
Happily.
I sort of point to Dr. Price and to the scrolls, just indicating that you, my researcher, should pick them up.
I will pick them up and just kind of put them in my little satchel.
Hell yeah.
I was just gonna say, Chatsworth will also get up to go with you to the library, and when he's putting Volume 1 back in his bag, I want to look to see if I actually grab Volume 2, or if it's a different book.
It is Volume 2.
It's Volume 2, okay.
They were stacked on each other as they were on the coffee table area. The Bancroft, the captain, kind of looks at August. I don't really know what. When we built this floor and everything that's downstairs, I thought we did a pretty good job at it. But there's some cracks and stuff in the floor down there. I would just be careful. As you hear everything kind of just like shudder and shake, Captain looks around. Glasses ringing on the shelves around the room. A little small bar. You see a beer bottle kind of fall and shatter. That's the second quake we've had, second tremor I've felt here in not 12 hours. I don't like the sign of that. It's not normally a place we get many quakes, pretty stable area. August, just be careful of the floor. I don't want anyone tripping and getting hurt. Sibyl and young man Thomas, we'll get some fresh air if that's all right with you.
Yeah, of course.
Sure.
The three of you and Lawrence kind of steps outside, and Lawrence lights up a smoke. Right, Sibyl. I have to be honest with you, Sibyl. I knew you were coming, of course. Hank sent word you were coming into town. Some deals with the river and the like, and I was supposed to oversee those deals. Found out from August that, well, there was an unfortunate incident at the hotel.
I don't think the river will be running so smoothly in the next little while.
No, Hayes was a good one.
Yeah, she seemed it.
What I'm getting at slowly is, maybe we can have some talks later until we figure out what's going on here, but those sorts that came in looking for a book, the thing is, I do know about exactly the kind of book that they're looking for, and it was the book that I was going to give your old man, Hank. I know Hank is a bit of a collector, has quite a lot going on under his belt. A lot of things that he's managing there, but I was going to see you have that, take it back to the old man in the city.
It's just information?
No, I don't know what the fuck it is.
Well.
That's why I was going to give it to Hank.
Oh, I'm torn. I think there might be too much going on here and now to ignore anything that could help us.
Yeah, I don't know. There was an awful lot of sorts trying to come after the house. We managed to give them the what's for, Send them on their way, give a couple bit of a fisherman's funeral and the like. But I had a sneaking suspicion that it was more trouble than it was worth, and it's starting to prove it.
Yeah. It's not the kind of trip I was expecting. Not the scouting mission that well, still a scouting mission, I guess, but the report's going to be a lot different than I anticipated.
Me as well. Would the two of you mind we take and Lawrence, if you want to tag along as well. He kind of leads you over, and you see a giant barn. He opens up a fence, and there's a few animals, a few sheep and a few cows kind of out meandering around. We ended up dragging a couple of them off. We tried to, get as much meat and the like out of it as we could. We didn't want them to go to waste, but couple of the animals just completely torn in half. Just a vicious sight. And he like motions to Thomas to help him push open the barn doors. He steps inside. You see this, like, the middle of the barn floor is kind of like catered in slightly. Now, I don't really know what in the fuck is going on with this, but every animal in here, some of them were just gone. Most of them decimated, torn in half, brutalized.
Thomas is going to take out his camera and start taking pictures.
Yeah, let's do another photography check. Why not?
What do you think it was?
62.
62, is that a fail?
That's a success.
That is a success, hell yeah. That's great. I don't know, I really don't know. I thought, well, the hole in the ground could have just been a sinkhole, you know, happens around here, especially near the coast. Every now and then land will just give way, and that kind of makes everything a little bit less stable, right? But the animals thought it was wolves at first, but wolves don't really... I mean, a wolf isn't going to tear a cow in half, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Flash goes off and the captain grabs you, Thomas. Jesus, my son, I'm sorry. You gotta warn me if you're setting off a flash like that.
Oh, sorry about that.
Listen, you sail around, you live through a couple of wars, you know, it's stays with you.
Yeah, I get you on the flash part there, sorry.
That's alright. No harm done. Downstairs, August is leading the other group. You descend the inside of the manor itself is this really elegant, lots of dark woods, very deep mahogany wood, and then the upper half of the walls are like this really lovely white wallpaper with these blue and gold nautical inlays in them. It's really, very high-end interior design. You would expect to see something from the big city, right? Like this is the kind of level of design that's happening here. August kind of leads you down. He opens the door to the study, and there's just a single desk facing, the doors with 3 walls of just books. August looks, right, well, this is the old man's study down here. I guess have your fill. If you want to take a look around, whatever you want to get up to.
May I spot hidden to see if I can find the tome?
Yeah, library use would be very appropriate here also, I think.
I think Chatsworth would like to race Dr. Price to see if they can find this tome.
Hell yeah.
Sorry, Jack.
Do I get to choose between library use or spot hidden?
Yeah, you can choose.
Cool, then I'll go spot hidden.
And you can just say the level of success, and if you tie, then we'll say what number we got.
Okay.
Well, I guess I will go with spot hidden as well, if that's
appropriate. If that's what you want. Yeah.
Normal success.
Oh, I got a super duper success.
Super duper success. This is supposed to be our scary game, everyone.
I'll be honest, I rolled a 9.
Whoa.
Nice.
Unless you wanted to use the luck to get there. That's a lot of luck, I think.
No. I rolled a 50, so.
Woof. Yeah. Chatsworth, I think you toss down what you're carrying with you as you kind of look around, and maybe Gwendolyn just kind of spots the first of the tomes there, but Chatsworth, you just take a glance and you're like, okay, it seems like this is a very legitimate albeit small library type setup, and you just like hone in on, and you spot it like a beacon glowing on the shelf itself. The shelf itself, yep, is a very similar looking spine of a book.
I wish I had better sleight of hand, but I don't. So I'm just gonna walk up and pull it off the shelf and be like, "I found it." Is this one? Is this one? Yeah? No?
Oh, right. Her man found it right away. Well, that was impressive.
Looks like we've got the complete set. Let's see what they have to say.
August trips over a board that's like, you see a couple of floorboards are sticking up. Jesus Christ. Watch out for that. Board on the floor there. Listen, I took a knife to the shoulder there and threw off my balance completely. Yeah, here's a table over here if you want to set out your books. I'll be over here. Just takes a seat somewhere else.
Amazing. Yeah, so I think Chatsworth would sit down, and he's just very like, since the incident with Doreen 8 hours ago, he's like, we're going to read this together. It's not going anywhere until I've read it with you guys.
Oh, Doreen.
First words here are Klaatu, Barada,
I don't know that it's wise to just go reading books willy-nilly, but let's go for it.
I mean, I didn't say read out loud because I'm feeling that might be a big thing.
But why don't you take a look at it first then?
I would love to. And I'll sit down and I'll start reading this book.
Hell yeah. When you open the book, there's a small like excerpt from a familiar name you spotted when you just thumbed through the other books in the hotel. Paige Wynn has left a note here. It just says, as I navigate through my notes, whether he's actually Kronos, the god of time, or not, who's to say? All I know is a powerful figure has made their home in town, and they're pushing the townsfolk to extend the village towards the mountain. I'm afraid of what this could mean and what damage it could do. There's magic in these woods and in the trees themselves. Tearing them down could cause irreparable damage. I'll have to seek out Oracle, though I haven't found them for days now. Whoever finds this tome, this is a warning. There are protection spells within that are as dangerous as they are helpful. Proceed with caution. Paige Wynn. And it's signed 1691.
Spoiler for the next series.
Null Shore, 1691. Inside is a language very similar to the scrolls. If you want, you can make a language check, a cult check, or a Cthulhu Mythos check. I don't think you would have Cthulhu Mythos check, but all of those feel...
I've got a 0 in Cthulhu Mythos, but I do have a 60 in Latin, so I'm going to go with that one. This is where Chad got his love of Latin from his great-great-grandfather.
Ermine and Gwendolyn, what are you two doing during this moment?
Well, seeing that he did not
Burst into flames.
stupefy himself, I would kind of like try reading over his shoulder.
Yeah. There are definitely a few appropriate roles. Some of them are the same language role would be appropriate. Sorry, what were you going to say?
So just quick question, because I know you said explicitly what Cthulhu Mythos my score would be, but I don't have, I didn't put that on my sheet.
I think we said 20, I believe.
Okay.
That's, if you were to get a roll on Cthulhu Mythos, that would be a way bigger deal than any other language check or any other check.
Good. I'm gonna try it.
Hell yeah. Ermine, what's Ermine up to?
Okay. Her face looks very excited.
He asked you what you're doing. I was going to let that play out, and then I'll do what I'm going to do.
They seem to have sort of the book looking at covered, so I would kind of be doing a casual but very checking out everything without touching it, stroll around the room to see if there's anything else of interest, yeah, that's it. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, definitely. There definitely are quite a collection of books. You could do, I'd say library or spot hidden also would be appropriate to just kind of, as you're taking a casual look around. What do we get, Gwendolyn, on that?
Okay. I got 35, so I'm going to spend 15 luck points to succeed.
Hell yeah. What's
it like having all this luck? You spent more in the last 10 minutes than I have.
Oh my god.
Only here for
here for a good time, not a long time.
Spend them if you got them.
Hell yeah, definitely spend them if you got them. And what did Chatsworth get on that check?
I got a super duper success again. I rolled a 6.
Nice.
Whoa.
I think the original day
that's
she
a
said
6
might
and
be
a 9.
weighted.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all resin, baby. I have no idea. Hell yeah, that friggin' rules. All right. Definitely a few things. Yeah, Chatsworth, you're looking through. It's a very similar language to the scrolls. Without a doubt, it seems. You get the sense they're written by the same person. But they both have that dated kind of feel. The strokes of the actual letters themselves look almost identical. It looks. There's a lot of pages here. You're kind of flipping through, and you stop on a section, you flip through and stop with another section. There's a couple of diagrams of large trees, which you haven't seen many of on the shore. There's like a scale next to it, and it has like 100F marked next to this huge tree, this absolute towering tree. And then like a sketch of a lighthouse that's dwarfed by this tree in comparison. And it seems a bunch of sigils are kind of related to the trees themselves, to the forest. And as you flip through, you come across another section of the mountain itself, and then just like a rough sketch of a triangle at the bottom of the mountain that looks like the mouth of a cave. And you start looking at the symbols, looking at the words, and kind of deciphering as you're just doing what feels like a quick glance, but it's kind of clicking in your brain as you're reading through this. And it's not an exact translation, but it comes through in your mind as burial site and doorway. And you're just kind of like the mouth of a cave is a doorway, true. And then more notes from Page Wynn that the focus of their protection that they put on this place was when the forest reached the mines. They had to protect the shore from what was sleeping below.
They dug too deep.
We'll come back to the library in just a moment. Outside, with the farm group, the outdoor group. Again, just you see kind of flies buzzing around some of the corpses of the animals. Or I'm not really too sure, Sibyl, to be honest with you, what's been going on here. And the quakes they've been getting worse. Something. I don't have a good feeling. I wanted to see if either of you had any kind of idea about what's going on. He kind of leans down and picks up like this strange kind of oblong piece of dark material. It's somewhat flexible. It kind of has a bit of give to it, but it looks like something you found on the inside of the walls of Hotel Horizons, where the interior of the walls on Hotel Horizons were thick and unmoving. The shard you found could have cut someone, right? It's brutal how strong it is. This seems like it has a bit of give to it, but it looks the same. And he hands it over. I've been finding these around and kind of around the sinkhole here, and I'm can't make heads or tails. I've never seen anything like it myself.
I'm gonna take the material and just have a good long look at it and try to figure out, do I know what the chemistry of this thing might be?
Whoa, let's friggin' do it. Let's finally do a chemistry check.
Yay! Oh, fuck yeah. 38, bud.
Whoa.
That is... This is a success. 30 would be a super success.
Hell yeah. What are you doing? Are you going super success?
You know what? You just gotta fucking send her, bud. I'm going to spend those 8 and go Super Saiyan.
Hell yeah, let's go Super Saiyan. This looks like sort of like a chitinous, like something belonged to an insect or some kind of but much larger. Gross. Obviously. I mean, this is about a foot long and it's broken off in an odd kind of manner. With a super success, you get the sense that this is something that was shed, and that's why it feels like it's a bit more malleable.
Could you remind me how you spell chitin? Is it CHITIN?
O-N.
Oh.
O-N.
I think so. I could be wrong. Maybe it's IN.
That's what it is now. In our Null Shore world, that's how it's spelled.
Chitinous.
I could be wrong.
Fucking wrong.
I'm second guessing the more I talk.
That's okay.
Oh, that's my life. Okay, chitinous, insect-like.
Kitten.
Gross.
I was going to say it was IN, but
yeah,
I'm not a smart person, so.
No, Retson typed both in chat. He's right.
The captain looks at you. Right. Looks like looks like you got a bit of a spark going there, Thomas.
Yeah, give me 1 second there, bud.
Yep, I don't know
why I just turned into an Albertan all of a sudden.
A lot of chemicals going on there, a lot of beakers. Surprised you brought a chemistry set with you all the way out here.
Yeah, I just got my pocket chemistry set on hand at all times, you know.
There's so much
you know,
uranium.
I keep that thing on me. Yeah, this almost looks like it's off of a bug. It kind of feels similar to like bug's exoskeleton type of deal. Truly disgusting. Do you want it back? Actually, maybe I'll hold on to it.
I don't want it back. No, I have nothing.
I don't even want it myself. This is disgusting.
I don't want bug parts.
Nobody wants bug parts. But you even finding these around?
A couple of them, yeah. A few of them.
Did you say around the hole?
Around the hole, some of them down the basement. A couple around the farm in various parts.
Where bugs come from, right? The ground?
I'm not a bugologist. I have no idea.
I mean, you live in a house. Where do your bugs come from? The basement?
Outdoors. I guess the basement, yeah, a few of them.
Yeah, this is... Ugh. How... As you said, this one strip of it's like a foot across?
It's about a foot across, yeah.
Oh.
How long ago did these tremors start?
Tremors, not that long ago. I'd say about There's been maybe 3 of them by this point.
I'm not asking this to him. I'm asking this to our lore keeper. How close are we to the ocean?
I think the Bethel house is not close to the ocean, but close to a massive river.
But Null Shore is like a port town.
Oh, it's a port town for sure. But,
yeah.
The Bethel house is a bit north of the shore. Let's fuck it. North of the shore.
Can I make a geology check, which I don't have, to see, do I think that this would, is the house close enough to a body of water to realistically expect these kinds of tremors to be coming from erosion or something? I have no idea what check I would do for that.
I don't think there's a science check. Science!
My science is chemistry.
Wouldn't be archaeology, but just give me intelligence. Let's just do intelligence.
Oh shit, I forgot that was a thing.
When in doubt,
there's natural world.
Big stat.
Stop it.
I wholeheartedly agree with natural world since the last time I did a first aid, you suggested medicine.
What's your natural world, Patrick? It's only fair.
No, I had a Super Saiyan success for my intelligence, but for natural world, that's a total fucking failure. I got a 15 in natural world, and I rolled a 26.
Oof. I can tell you this much: it doesn't seem like it came from a body of water.
No.
Back beneath the house in the library, our library crew, Gwendolyn, you're kind of looking over the shoulder of Chatsworth, and Chatsworth's flipping through, and the tome is just like kind of open, and on one side is the mountain and the description, and on the left hand side you see a depiction of what looks like on the page itself, it's only like, I don't know, a couple of inches. It seems like some kind of sluggish looking thing, but it's circular drawing at where the head would be, or like, where the antenna on a snail or on a slug would be. It's just like kind of a circle drawn at the end of it. And you see a bunch of writing around it, a lot of patterns and symbols. And with your Cthulhu Mythos check that you rolled, you can't help yourself, but you start mouthing the words on the page out loud, and you feel everything start to rumble around you. The floorboards start to shake, the books are falling off of the shelves as you hear a massive eruption from not where you are right now, but outside of the house, and a scream echoes out. And we're gonna take just a 10-minute little break here, a little breaky break, as shit is hitting the fan.
Amazing.
We'll BRB, everyone. BRB. Is that my BRB button? It sure is taking its time. Okay, BRB. BRB. Oh, hello, we're back. When we left off, Gwendolyn, Ermine, Chatsworth, and young Bethel August were in the captain's library downstairs, uncovered the 3rd volume of a history of a cult on the shore, much of which, or at least a solid half of which, is documented by Paige Wynne from the late 1600s of their time on the shore, and sort of a warning about what's been going on the shore. Paige Wynn, of course, it was also documented that Paige Wynn was tried as a witch, burned at the stake, but never found. No sign of their body remained on the stake after the fire went out, after the embers cooled. Outside, Thomas, Sibyl, and the captain and Detective Lawrence were taking a look. The captain wanted you to kind of look at what's been going on around the farm to make heads or tails of it, when Thomas uncovered a piece, or the captain showed Thomas a piece of material that Thomas figured was chitinous. Is it chitinous? Why do I keep saying chitinous? Is that Skyrim? That might be Skyrim.
No, that's right. That's something
right? Okay.
that's yeah.
I think
that is instantly what I think on with the word chitin is Skyrim.
Is Skyrim, yeah. Discovering that it seemed like it was a part of some insect that was shedding this, which is never a good sign. The tomes that were uncovered, Chatsworth poured through to see a host of protection spells, but as was noted, the protection spells could also be quite dangerous themselves. As Gwendolyn peered over the shoulder, and I'm just now remembering that Ermine did a spot check to see what else was around the library, and my brain melted that information. I'm so sorry, Ermine. If you don't remember, you can do another roll if you would like. Oh, you're mute? Are you muted? Oh.
I rolled a 4, so I was very excited about it, but now I feel like there's other shit happening, so we can...
I'm so sorry. Oh, God. My brain, I try to, like, as people are rolling, I check in, and then in my mind, I unroll backwards of the events to get back to the start, and I'm so sorry.
No, I mean, now the floor is shaking, and I've stopped looking for shit.
I will say, with a 4, how about this? You find a double-barrel shotgun that was mounted on the wall. I don't want to take away such a good roll. Straight up double-barrel shotgun. I can get the stats of a double-barrel shotgun, I'm sure. There's a whole list of things here. Glossary, weapon table. Here it is. Great. Handguns, shotguns. This, a 20 gauge shotgun.
Okay.
Close range deals 2d6 damage, and that's a firearm check if you're making an attack roll. But 2d6 damage, and it's got 2 in the chamber already. And with 4, I'll say you find another 6 rounds, enough for a couple of reloads on that. How about that? God, I'm so sorry. I completely just, as I was saying it, I was like, there was another check and I forgot it. I'm the worst. Gwendolyn was peering over Chatsworth's shoulder and spotted a host of runes that they just felt overcoming, couldn't stop reading them aloud as everything began to shake, and outside of the Bethel house was a large eruption of the earth. I lost my mouse. A large eruption of the earth that feels and sounds familiar, if not a little bit more tame than the quakes that have been happening lately. Let's start with the basement library people. What are you all doing there? Gwendolyn, you kind of come out of that haze and snap to attention.
And they were both just reading in unison?
Chatsworth was kind of looking at Chatsworth was sitting in front of the book looking at a different page, and Gwendolyn was peering over Chatsworth's shoulder, trying to spot as much as they could.
Sorry, did you say that the eruption was like more intense than the previous quakes?
This one is it feels a little less, this particular one.
Like, as in further away?
Not further away, just less intensity, I would say.
Okay. And we also heard a scream, correct?
Yeah, from outside there was just a loud.
Well, perhaps we should conclude our business down here. And I'm like taking the shotgun slowly off the wall.
Chatsworth side eyes eye you.
Chatsworth, I will say, as if you're closing up the book, you know what, I won't put anything about the book out there, but I will say you see on the same page with the mountain and the small drawing of the hole and everything, like, or the mouth of the cave and everything like that, you see like a dark circle drawn beneath that and an arrow, and the translation comes across as protection, or like a barrier, safeguard is the kind of broad term there, but it's beneath the mountain, and it is just a circle that's drawn there.
Sure. I will snap the book shut and hop up and grab my bag and follow Ermine out.
What's Gwendolyn doing?
I think Gwendolyn would actually kind of reach for the book, but then will pull her hand back as he snaps it closed.
Hell yeah. August runs out. What in the fuck is going on? As you all start to run outside, run up through the house of the Bethel estate, I should say. Outside, we had Sibyl, Thomas, the captain, and you look back across the field and you see Detective Lawrence in the air, kind of flying backwards as the ground has pushed itself upwards towards exactly where he was standing, but he's like lands on his shoulder hard on the ground. Fucking hell, what the fuck is going on? You see the captain grabs a pistol off of a very old-timey, like, sailor's pistol that they'd have. Seems like it's got like a good one shot in it. He takes it off his hip. Right. Detective. The ground starts shaking around Sibyl and Thomas and the group. What are you guys doing?
The captain's got his gun out. Sibyl's got her gun out.
Thomas is just going to say under his breath, I need to get a fucking gun. And can I look around the barn real quick for, like, a sickle or a pitchfork?
I was gonna say pitchfork.
Yeah.
Yeah, do a spot hidden check, and we'll say if you get...
I hope it's not that hidden. 7.
Holy shit.
There's a fucking gun in here.
You know what? There's a gun in here.
This pitchfork is a fucking gun.
Also,
that's a super duper success.
Super duper success. There's also a shotgun here.
You find some farming nunchucks.
Yeah, it's nunchucks with 2 sickles at the end.
It's actually a gun on either end as you whip it.
No, you also find no. You know what? There's a rifle here. A 58 rifle, Springfield rifle. No, wait, that's a musket. Let's say a 22. You found it. You found a 22. It deals 1d. It deals 1d6 damage, and that's a firearms check as well for that. You see, Detective Lawrence gets up. All right, I haven't been through many earthquakes, and you see almost like a wave in the ground as it buckles up slightly. At this time, the library group, you open up the front doors and run outside of the estate, and you turn around to see a massive amount of land poking up. What are you all getting up to?
I grab Chatsworth's shoulder and I look him dead into the windows of his soul and I say, "Give me the book now."
I don't want to, but I also want my hands free, so I just hand it over.
Hell yeah.
And then I roll my rifle off of my shoulder and take an aim at that stupid mound moving in the ground.
Yeah. Ermine, what are you up to?
I feel like I would kind of, as I'm striding, I would fall back to match Dr. Price and be like, "And what are next steps here, Doctor?"
We contain the entire situation.
I just swallow really as though there is not enough spit in the world, just very sadly, and sort of nod as though I am totally aware of what is about to happen and in charge of the situation.
The ground erupts between where Lawrence landed and Sibyl and Thomas and the captain. You see not massive, but fairly large. This, I would say, the size of what's a good comparison? Like a large motorcycle, let's say, crashing. Not a large motorcycle crashing at the ground. A thing the size of a large motorcycle erupts out of the earth as rubble flies in all directions. You see this large worm-like creature. Its face is just kind of flat as it opens up its mouth, and you see 8 pieces of the mouth as it screams out. Detective Lawrence, like, "Jesus!" I think I need everyone to do a sanity check here.
No. Don't make the worm make me crazy.
Sibyl.
You mother humper.
Sibyl's got a... This is what your luck is for, Sibyl.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Solid.
What?
So then he gets sanity back.
I was like, I have to show this before I touch my dice.
Was that tall dog? I heard a dog.
No, it
That's-
wasn't mine.
It's
Oh,
Remy
it's
in the
Remy. Little
The
Remy.
boy.
I got a 78
Whoa.
out of
I
80.
too got a 78.
Whoa. Holy shit.
Actually,
I
wait, I
got-
lost one sanity, I think so. Out of
A
79.
59.
59. So, who got under their... Or, sorry, who failed that roll, I should say.
My sanity is 56 and I rolled a 55.
That's mine 60 and I rolled that 59.
Holy shit.
It feels so good.
We just have one failure? What did you get, Thomas?
Oh, I got a 78 out of 79.
Ooh, everybody's skating close to the edge.
God, you have so much sanity.
Thank you.
I need... sorry, I have my notes here. Gwendolyn, you are the only one that failed that check. That's wild. Give me 1 second here to get to my notes. Boop, boop, boop. This thing that I shall not name. Roll. You failed. Roll 1d20.
What?
Yeah, that doesn't seem great.
I feel like that hasn't happened before.
No.
Wait. It's
What
1d10.
game is this?
It's 1d10. It's 1d10. I'm so sorry. 1d10.
2.
2. You lose 2 sanity. That could have been very bad.
Yeah.
If you had to lose 5, we would have been making some checks to see if you go a little bit insane in this moment. What's a little sanity amongst friends, right? If Ermine and Gwendolyn can remind me of your dexterity scores, the total that you have for your dexterity.
55.
55. Should be near the top of your sheet. Oops.
Me, 55?
Oh, 55 also?
Yes.
Whoa.
Dex?
Yeah. Hell yeah. Initiative in this game is fixed, so there is no rolling. It's whoever is the quickest goes first. And first
Unless you have a gun.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was gonna
yeah.
say, do I get to shoot first? Because I literally readied that action for
Yeah,
it.
if whoever's holding a gun, if your first action is that you're going to shoot that gun, you can make that. You can. Well, we'll have to. If multiple people are going first, we'll have to figure that out. But
Yeah.
if anyone's
I
holding,
found a gun. I'm going to shoot it.
Yes, I am also shooting this thing. There's no waiting anymore in this game. Crazy shit,
Yeah.
shoot.
Ermine's
Is it-
gonna- Oh, sorry.
Within 3 yards of me.
Yeah, definitely within 3 yards of
Okay.
you. Yeah. Ermine,
And I'm
far
also
is a
going to
yard?
shoot it.
uh,
Like a meter.
yeah, it's like 3-ish feet. No, it's
Okay.
3 feet, which is
Yeah, but a yard and a meter are so fractionally different that
Yeah,
you may
they're
as well
almost the
just call it a meter.
Is a yard 3 feet?
Yeah.
Is that the only one that is like a regular number?
freedom units. Ermine, you also have a gun in your hands. Are you using your gun, or are you going to go on your initiative?
I am looking at Dr. Price.
Like, I would be in the moment of, like, opening the book.
Okay.
So I'm making sure it's loaded and ready to go, but I am holding off on shooting at something.
Got it. At a something it is for sure. So we have, if everyone is shooting at the thing, right? That's all we're doing. Make your firearms checks. We'll see what happens.
I failed.
Ooh,
I got a success.
hell yeah.
I got a fucking 4.
Whoa!
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit.
Out of 35.
Wow.
That's wild.
This session brought to you by Amherst Dice.
Hey, there you go. Sponsored by Amherst Dice.
Hey, I know them.
Who are they? What'd you get?
That's a secret I'll never tell.
So you got an extreme success, Thomas, right?
Yes. Yeah.
That is your full damage plus rolled damage that you're going to do.
That's not a lot, honestly.
And Chatsworth, you succeeded?
Yeah, just a regular success.
Okay.
So you said I found a 22 rifle?
Yeah, which is 1d6 plus 1, I think.
12 damage.
Whoa, that's not nothing.
That's
I did
that's like 2 dead people in this game.
That's max.
Yeah.
I did 14.
14 damage!
I rolled a 5 and a 6, and I get a +4.
Holy
Woo!
shit.
Oh, I forgot about the modifiers.
You all watch this massive creature erupt out of the ground. It screams out. You see, as its maw opens, you see like parts of some animals just kind of slop out onto the ground. It's a good assumption that this is the thing that was killing things around the farm. The ground quakes a little bit as Thomas and Chatsworth open up fire. You both hit in a similar area, and you see it takes like a chunk away as this strange chitinous falls to the side. This really dark, kind of gravelly color to the creature itself falls off to the side. Chatsworth, you didn't understand the word when you saw it, but you now are thinking Dole. Dhole was something that was written on a page nearby. It definitely took those hits, which is not an insignificant amount of damage, to be honest with you.
Are you telling me this thing has more than 26 hit points?
Yes.
In this game?
Fuck.
Half of this creature is not even above ground, and it's already the size of like a full motor, like a huge fucking motorcycle, right?
Oh, I thought you said this was a worm-sized motorcycle.
Yeah, it's just a tiny motorcycle.
It's really long motorcycle.
Has multiple engines.
Thomas, you would have gone first. Are you moving at all?
I'm just gonna like take cover behind like a barn, like behind the barn door.
Yeah.
So I can
in case the worm shoots you, yeah.
Just try and actually, you know what? Is there like a second story to this barn where I could look outside of all?
There's a hayloft, yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting up in the hayloft and I'll provide overwatch. So I'm not putting my tremors into the ground by walking anymore.
We'll say you reach the inside ladder on your next go, you could get up and get out to where the doors open up top.
I'll have to make a ladder check.
Make a ladder check. Sibyl is missed their shot. Are they moving at all after shooting?
Yeah, how far are we from the main house?
I would say you're probably... God, what are you? Probably 50 feet or so.
Okay, I think she's gonna move toward the main house.
All right, you start legging it. We'll say you get just a little over halfway between the farmhouse and the shed. Chatsworth, you're next to the house. You're next to the front door of the house, peering around the corner. So you're quite a bit further away from Sibyl and the group and the creature itself, the dole, baby dole.
Would I have heard this mention of containment and processing stuff from Gwendolyn?
Make a listen check. We got a listen roll.
Okay.
That's spicy.
Listen.
The question was Gwendolyn and Ermine trying to hide that conversation.
We were trying to be discreet.
Yeah.
God, what would be a discreet? Let's look at the skills. I feel like it wouldn't be... No, sleight of hand doesn't make sense. Any of the conversation skills, maybe fast talk feels appropriate, doesn't it? I think.
Fast talk? Okay.
This feels like a fast talk moment.
32 and... So that is a normal success?
Regular success? Hell yeah. What did you get, Chatsworth? Sorry.
Fail.
Ooh,
I failed.
Okay. I don't think you see them having some kind of conversation, but you don't really catch it with that success for Ermine.
Okay, then Chatsworth would just kind of duck back along the edge of the house to get cover next to Ermine and Gwendolyn, not realizing.
In case the worm shoots you. No.
Well, I gotta reload, so.
Hell yeah. Next, well, Gwen, it is your turn. You didn't shoot, so you. What is it you're intending to do in this moment?
I am opening the book, and Because I believe, and I'm gonna try to bind it.
Hell yeah. I'll say the page, you're already pretty familiar with the pages that you were peering over the shoulder with. You were kind of looking at the page of this creature as Chatsworth was kind of looking at the cave, the Null Shore mountain information there. This will be a magic check. You have a certain amount of magic points. For every magic point that you have, that's for every magic point you use, that gives you a 10% chance of success. But you are going to lose sanity for this check, and of this magnitude, I'm going to say it's also going to be 1d10 sanity you lose for making this check.
Okay.
So for every 1 point you spend, you have a 10% increase of success.
Okay. So I don't have like a score that I'm trying to get.
No, it's like if you spend 4 points, you roll under 40.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you spend 5 points, you roll under 50.
And then, okay.
And you can always use your luck, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think luck. Yeah, luck just can't be used for sanity, pretty much, and fumble. Crit fails are also bad.
Is there anything if I just like burn all of my magic points, or what?
If you burn all of your magic, if you have 10 magic points, that's a success, right?
Okay.
Or you can burn less and hope for statistics.
Did you say you lose sanity for each magic point you use, though?
No, sorry, it's a bulk. However much sanity,
then
you just got a flat roll after. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
We'll burn 7 points.
Hell yeah. So you have a 70% chance, so you're trying to get 70 or below for this success.
I got a 6.
Whoa!
Sorry, a 9.
Holy shit. Okay. I was going to say it takes a minute for you to start like casting and figuring out, and we were going to go through another round. Or another couple of rounds, I should say, because much like D&D, this is kind of over a few seconds, right? You spot pretty instantly the binding that you need for this creature, or at least something to make it more complicit, I guess, is what I'm getting at, to like something to manage this creature, not just lock it down in a place. We'll say by your next turn, you will have this lockdown. This won't be multiple turns of combat now that we're dealing with. We're just dealing with, this is one more round that will go by because of that extreme success. You just knocked off a ton of time of this out of this situation. What do we think it looks like as Gwendolyn is... Oh, yeah, and your sanity roll, yeah.
I lost 1.
Whoa, that's amazing.
Whoa.
Holy shit.
What the fuck?
Hell yeah. What does it look like as Gwendolyn is casting dark magic from a tome?
I kind of think in that moment she just like steps forward with confidence, and if you were to look at her, she's no longer this like almost like meek and mild, kind of unassuming. She looks powerful, and if you were to look at her, you actually see that the blouse that she is wearing is very like, it's tight around her arms, and she has quite the physique to her. And like, she takes the glasses off, stepping forward with the book and like letting her hair down. And as she lets her hair down, it kind of like mystically starts floating up a little bit. And then her eyes just go completely black. And then her like face begins to lose a bit of its color, and then there's the black starts like leaking out of the eyes, almost like in spider veining. vein going down below and out and just kind of like stretching across her face.
Hell yeah. Thunder crackles through the clouds above you as all of a sudden the sky gets dark gray. The wind, kind of oddly enough, that was blowing fairly heavily, just dissipates, and the clouds are just kind of moving in a strange circle above you as this happens, which is very, very intense. Holy shit. Hell yeah. Ermine, you see this go down with Gwendolyn. You could do a psychology check to see if you have much time after this is happening, but as far as you know, you need to handle this situation in whatever way you can, and I would say also the both of you would know that if you contain this, it's got to go somewhere. It can't just stay on the farm, right? What is Ermine doing?
Okay. She is going to kind of take up a defensive position. Are we all three kind of like in a row right here?
I'd say Gwendolyn, upon casting this, kind of walked out a bit further to get a better sight on the small dole, and Chatsworth is up against the corner of the house, kind of reloading.
I am going... Yeah, I'm going to stick with taking up the defensive stance. And just if someone makes an aggressive move at this floating evil doctor, I am going to take a shot at them.
Like, just eyes completely black, hovering. It's
yeah.
It's very Buffy, like, Willow from Buffy moment going down.
Oh my. Just
damn.
Ready to go. Holding my shot, as it were.
Hell yeah. The unfortunate news is it's the dole's turn. This is a very large creature. It was shot at by both Chatsworth and Thomas. Detective Lawrence is like trying to get his feet and moving backwards away from it. Sibyl is running towards the house, kind of cutting a path. You're not running towards the creature by any means, Sibyl, but you are kind of halfway through the field there. Let's do Chatsworth and Sibyl. Thomas has ran in the shed. And I will roll for Detective Lawrence to do a luck check.
Oh, this isn't even fair. Doesn't Sibyl have like 98 luck or something stupid?
My recording is fucked up. Do you want me to refresh?
If you want to refresh, yeah,
yep.
Sure.
I'll be right back.
Yep.
I'm for sure losing this luck check, by the way.
You might not. Detective Lawrence... Oh, wait, never mind. I mean, he did okay. He did medium. Very medium.
Here we go.
Okay, sorry. Am I rolling something?
Yes, Sibyl, you're rolling a luck check.
Chad, I hope that's a 99.
Might as well be.
I failed.
Did you fail by more than 50? Because that's what I failed by.
Oof.
No, I only failed by 16.
Impressive.
Yeah. I got a 75 out of 26.
I'm gonna do... You both failed. You both got the same level of failure. Detective Lawrence succeeded. I'm gonna do an intelligence check for this creature. If the creature fails their intelligence, they're gonna do the longer run towards Chatsworth, and if they pass, they're going to head towards Sibyl. They succeed with a 40 even. It's going to head towards Sibyl. Bancroft is in the mix. Bancroft is going to shoot as well. He got a fucking 29. It's a hard success for Bancroft, not an extreme success or anything. Bancroft tries to get the attention of the Dole as it is moving very quickly towards Sibyl. Sibyl, your only real action here is if you want to try and dodge.
Yeah, of course.
So you're going to roll a dodge as the creature is heading directly towards you. And
Ooh, I rolled a 7.
Whoa.
I'm going to spend 1 luck to make it a super duper success.
Hell yeah. Super duper success. You needed it. It has a 75 in its stat for attacking.
God.
And it was going for a maneuver to try and grab onto you, and you leap out of the way as it crushes into the ground, and you see it kind of scoop a little bit as if it's coming back around for another go of it. Back at the top of initiative, if anyone is, I will say the corner of the house now is out of sight, but if anyone has line of sight and shooting, which would be Thomas in the farmhouse, and
Thomas, yep.
Sibyl, obviously. The captain has to reload. He's got a one-shotter.
Yeah, Sibyl has to reload as well. Derringers only have 1 bullet.
Got it.
Bolt action, baby.
Let's go.
Wait, don't you have to reload a bolt action?
Not necessarily. They can also have a magazine.
Okay.
I've
been reloading mine. It just as a bolt action 30-06. So
this has 1 shot.
Mine...
Thomas. Oh wait, use per round. No, it's got 6. It's got 6 shots. Thomas, I'm so sorry.
Is that what the ammo thing is on the character sheet?
Yeah, in the magazine. Yeah.
Wait, I don't see. What do you mean magazine?
So you have 1 shot per round
ammo
with the 22, and then you have 6 shots until you got to reload.
What is MALF? MALF?
Malfunction.
Okay, and so sorry, is the one right before that is ammo? Is that the magazine, or is that just how many shots you had?
I think that's just how much ammo you put in your inventory. Mine after Derringer, it says bracket 1B, which I assume meant 1 bullet goes in it.
Yeah.
I have a 45 semi-automatic in my inventory for some reason, and it says number of attacks 1, and then in brackets 3.
You can make 3 at a disadvantage. So if you try to shoot multiple times, you're taking a disadvantage roll on each one of those shots.
We're learning a lot this session. It's a lot of fun.
I just don't know if I need to reload or not after every shot. So I need to.
Ammo should be the magazine.
I'm going to say that I personally know that I can reload a bolt action rifle within the amount of time it would take in an action in this game.
Yeah, for the sake of...
Not in 6 seconds in D&D, I guarantee you that.
Yeah, for the sake of getting through it, if we for those who have a one-shotter, that's fine. You can reload on your turn and make a shot, but for Thomas, this only really applies right now to make a shot with your bolt action, and we'll say after the shot you'll have 4 more shots before you reload. So if Thomas, you want to make a shooting check, and then we'll go back to regular initiative.
$19.
Ooh, is that an extreme success?
I could spend 2 and get a super success, but I'm not going to. I'll just go for a success.
All right, roll your damage.
4 plus 1 is 5.
Hell yeah. Very good. Yeah, you from the farmhouse itself, you make your shot. Well, actually, let's say this: you run up the ladder and you get out to the opening in the farmhouse, in the doors of the hayloft, and you make your shot from up there. The captain is.
I didn't make my ladder check.
Sibyl, you dove 35. Out of the way as ground and rubble erupts around you. What's Sibyl doing?
I think that... Can she see Chatsworth hiding around the corner of the house? Does she know where he went? Or is the worm in the way?
The house is in the way from Chatsworth.
But I know where he went.
You probably heard a gunshot come from that direction. You're like looking at the back of the house. He's around the side and around the front. Like on that corner of the house. So he's at the front of the house, you're at the back, and...
Oh, okay. I thought he was just tucked around a corner. Never mind.
The corner of the front, yeah.
Okay. I guess she's just gonna keep making for the house. She wants, like, a door, I guess.
You can make it to the house in this turn and get inside, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, fuck this worm. I'm out of here.
Sibyl bolts for the door. Chatsworth, you lost sight of the action. You're around the corner, but what are you doing?
Okay. Now that I realize I don't have to reload after every shot, Chatsworth would, seeing the witchy lady popping up isn't great in this feeling.
You don't give me a sanity check.
Oh, come on. I don't have to talk about it. I made it. 17.
Hey, you're fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Chatsworth would... And so Ermine, where's Ermine standing?
I think Ermine is... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, like, wherever the best position defensively would have been. Like, I know we're a little hidden, but just kind of trying to be where I can see anyone who would be taking aim. But else to stay hidden.
There is the moving truck that's out front. You could be, like... It's the front of the house is there, and then, there's a car and a moving truck out front as well. Chatsworth is up against the house. You could be kind of up against the moving truck.
It'd be more dependent on where my floating coworker is.
If it helps, honestly, like the way I see it, like Chatsworth, if Ermine had stepped out to keep eyes on Gwendolyn to protect them, Chad would just be like, oh, this is nonsense, and he would probably level his gun towards Ermine and say, what the fuck is going on? Who are you people? What the fuck? And then that would be my turn.
This can happen right now, this exchange.
Yeah.
We are simply investigators here to collect...
That doesn't look like an investigator. That's something completely different. So a whole bunch of fucked up shit on that train, a whole bunch of fucked up shit at that hotel. Who the fuck are you? I will shoot. I'm done with this shit.
I will also shoot, so we could both just kind of go our separate ways.
I shoot first.
She had prepared an action to shoot.
Just shoot off.
There also is fighting back is a very real element of this game. Ermine was preparing to shoot. Ermine, I will give you an advantage roll on this. So you roll your tens die twice, kind of like D&D. You roll your tens die twice and take the better of the tens die. Chatsworth, if you are making a firing roll as well.
Mm-hmm.
$30.
Oh, I got a moderate success.
Oh, I have to look at that thing. It's my thingy is 50, so halfway is 25. So
you could push it with luck.
Oh yeah, I do have that. Yeah. I'll use 5 luck.
I won't use 25 luck to get down there.
With that prepared shot, that's This could kill Chatsworth. This is 2d6 damage that's being rolled.
And okay, all right. Oh.
Is that 2 6s?
You rolled 12.
Yes. Yes. It,
I'm dead.
I'm so sorry.
No. I have 10 hit points, so.
Let's. Chatsworth's shot first, quote unquote, is going to be the quote from this. As Ermine was waiting a steady eye for almost this exact situation for people to turn back, as Chatsworth, you are blown off your feet with this this double barrel shotgun hits you square in the chest. You fly back and land on the ground. Gwendolyn, you are now completing your control, your binding of the young Dole. What is Gwendolyn doing?
So as it's like bound, do I have like control over it?
You have,
you
have influence over it, or to kind of bind it in place is also possible.
So could I get it into the truck? Is kind of what I'm.
You could use your influence over it, using your magic to give me a power roll. Actually,
power. Oh, okay.
That's
okay.
one of your main stats.
I will use, it's a 51, so I will use math, 6 luck points to make that a success.
Hell yeah. You use your influence over this small Dole to push it towards where you want it to go. It burrows further down into the ground, and Sibyl, you're in the house and you feel a rumble, and then you hear crashing downstairs from the basement, and then another like rumble as the Dole is moving through the basement.
Shit.
Is that all for Gwendolyn? You're kind of out. You're by the side of the house, let's say, as you were doing this. So, and that was kind of like if you're planning on moving back towards the car, towards the truck. I should say.
I'll start moving to the truck, and then just like put eyes on Ermine and kind of like just like with my eyes motion to the truck.
Yeah, and Ermine
also
is,
can I also be pulling out my 9mm at this point in time too, or is that too much?
I think the most of this was you actually like preparing and getting the spell. So on your next turn, you could haul out a weapon of some kind, but you still have the tome in your hands also. So you'd probably have to make sure you want that secured away and all of that good stuff. Ermine, it is your turn as you hear the rumble and you see Gwendolyn kind of gesture towards the vehicle. You're right next to the truck, basically.
We are like hidden from view of everyone else.
Right now, nobody out front. Maybe Detective Lawrence, who's on his ass, and I keep forgetting he exists.
We only have one of the books, right?
You have the main book that you were worried about.
The other books are so close, though. Now I'll kind of...
They'd be on the body.
It would. It's so close. Yeah, I'm going to try and just like take the bag or take the books out of the bag.
I don't think that's much of a check. I think so. You wouldn't be taking an action, or I mean, there are no actions. This is theater of the mind heavy combat combat system, I should say. You grab the bag as you run to the truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
Unlock it, get in, do whatever we can.
It's the doll's turn. It crashes up behind the truck, and its heavy body slithers up into the back as the truck is weighed down by the weight of this. Thomas, you lost sight of the doll. You hear a gunshot from out front. Detective Lawrence gets up and he's like, "Man down!"
Can I see what happened?
Not from your vantage. The farmhouse isn't taller than the house.
If I run, can I get out to at least have sight?
You'd have to leap from the hayloft if you wanted to get to where Detective Lawrence is.
I'll do a leap.
All right, let's do a dexterity check.
57 out of 65.
Hell yeah. You don't twist your ankle, nothing bad happens. You land on the ground. It's about 10 feet down. It's not a huge leap. And you make a direct line to Detective Lawrence and look over to see Chatsworth's feet on the ground just around the corner of the house.
So I don't have line of sight for anything else other than...
you can maybe see the back corner of the truck as this giant thing is slithering up into the back of it. Is about all you get.
And would I be able to take a shot at the worm again?
I'll say all of your movement and everything was actually just getting down successfully and running. You essentially did a double movement, let's say, right? Sibyl, you're inside of the house. Everything was crashing around you. You see a part of the kitchen floor collapse as it no longer has a foundation.
Okay, fuck this. Back to the front door.
You open the front. You run all the way through the house, open the front door. Chatsworth is on the ground to the right, and Gwendolyn and Ermine are getting in the truck. Ermine, I'd say they're both getting in through the doors, and you see the large worm crawling up into the back of the truck.
Dear Lord, maybe I shouldn't have been so eager to get rid of those scrolls to the first people who came around.
I mean, $20 is $20.
I think, though, Sibyl's gonna run to Chatsworth. Can I make a first aid check? I know it might be futile, but
you can
that's what she would do.
You can make a first aid check for sure.
Oh boy.
Can I run up to Chatsworth and put another shot into his head to make sure he's dead?
Above table. Do I, am I as a player allowed to know if there's any hope of this working?
You can stabilize. There's a potential, yeah. Chatsworth is going to be making constitution checks to not die outright. But
I generally just thought he was dead. I didn't think there was any saves or anything.
I also thought I was just dead.
Let's be real here. Chatsworth is out of this game, but he's not dead. There's no way in hell he's going to be in session 4 with a gunshot to the chest.
I can hobble along.
Chad's gurgling up blood and coughing out, and you see it spurting out of his chest and onto the ground next to him. As he reaches around, his bag is notably missing. You could succeed and try to help keep him alive. And I'll say if you succeed on your first aid, I'll give an advantage roll to Chatsworth's constitution checks to stay alive. Do you have to use luck? Is that what's going on? I knew it.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to burn 11 luck points.
Ooh. 11 luck points for a friend.
For a success, yeah. So there it is.
Hell yeah.
I got a quick question.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to read up on exactly what the hell power is, and it's like force of will and stuff like that. So like, could you potentially make a power check instead of a constitution check for this type of thing?
Yeah, you know what?
Just
I feel like that
theoretically,
makes...
I don't.
Yeah, why not? That sounds like you're kind of willing yourself to stay in this mortal coil. Yeah, why not?
Sick. I hope that helped, Chad.
No.
You're fucking dead, bro.
My God and my power are about the same.
Rest in paper.
Chatsworth, it's your go. There was a successful first aid check. You're looking to succeed on Constitution with an advantage on your tens die.
Okay, here we go. Okay. They were both 30, so 32, which is, does getting a super success help here?
You know what? If you get a super success, I will guarantee that your character doesn't die from this gunshot wound right now on the
I
ground.
will spend my 5 luck points to make that a 27, which gets me a super success.
Is that all of your luck points gone?
No, I got 21 left.
Oh, okay. I mean, not that it matters.
Not that you'll ever use them.
That's what, yeah, might as well use them now, right? Everybody else is spending them like cash.
With the help of Sibyl, Chatsworth is bandaged up. I'm going to say here that in this moment, Sibyl is very occupied with trying to take care of Chatsworth here. And the truck starts up and dirt flies out as the truck starts to peel off. You hear Neva, motherfucker, and you bullets dink off the side of the moving truck as Ermine and Gwendolyn peel away out of the Bethel estate. Detective Lawrence and Thomas run up to Chatsworth and Sibyl. Detective Lawrence like, God damn it. Chatsworth. He looks at August Bethel, who runs out of the house. Call an ambulance. And August runs inside. Lawrence looks at Thomas and Sibyl, Sibyl is covered in blood trying to take care of Chatsworth. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but whatever's happening on this shore right now is tied to those two, tied to that big fucking worm, and tied to the fact that he looks around. They took Chatsworth's books. They got the scrolls. They got everything.
Fuck.
I think we gotta follow him.
Sibyl did get $20 though.
Right.
$20 is $20.
You can just leave. Just go to Europe and not deal with this.
You can almost afford 2 tickets.
$2 change.
You're currently using that $20 bill to hold my organs in my stomach.
In all seriousness, Thomas is going to get down and just like hold on to Chad's hand and just say, Chad, you got to pull through. Fuck you, Chad. You got to live.
Sorry, I don't know what the fuck that noise was in real life. If you want to do a medicine check to see what you could do about poor Chatsworth here, if you want to help out a little bit, a medicine check. Here's what I will say: Chatsworth seems like he's going to pull through. He's got brutal wounds that will take months in hospital to recover from before he's able to do almost anything.
She usually rolls like shit, so
it's so true. It's very
Hey,
true.
to be honest, I forced the roll, so it's definitely not on
Yeah. Well, it was a situation, right? Ermine definitely did say, I'm preparing to shoot. Yeah. That was the situation.
Oh,
Right?
I was fully aware of it.
Yeah. I will say, if you spend the time to do a medicine check, you're taking away time from catching up and seeing what's going on with where the truck is going and everything related to that. You could leave it in the Bethel's hands and hop in Lawrence's car and give chase.
Well, I have a 1 for medicine.
Is Chad conscious right now? Like,
I'll say yeah, a little conscious. Yeah, you kind of
I wave Thomas closer because I can't talk very loud because I don't have blood. And I whisper in his ear, "The trees protect the shore from the mine." And then my hand falls to the ground and I go unconscious.
Trees protect the shore from the mine. I'm just going to stand up, look down at him, and trust that he's in good hands. I'm going to take his fucking gun and I'm going to go hop in the car.
Okay. Tall dog.
Detective
She can
Lawrence.
feel my pain.
Yeah. Detective Lawrence looks at the two of you. All right, let's go. I got one quick stop on the way. Friend of mine, as he starts the car, peels out on the gravel in front of the Bethel estate as you give chase towards the Null Shore mines, and I think we're going to end our session on that.
Wow.
Whoa.
The guests strike back.
It's true. Revenge.
Revenge of the guests.
Holy shit. What a friggin' session. God, that was intense. That was great. That was good stuff. Thanks, friends. Hey, in some order, we were joined, of course, by our amazing friends from Gut Punch RP. Ky, since you killed one of our players, do you want to do the honors?
Absolutely.
Why don't you tell people where you're, what you do, and what's going on over there?
Like Justin said, we're from Gut Punch RP generally, but you can find me at Kyola Creative on various things and places as long as they are up, I guess. But yeah, we just had like a little giveaway this month, and we'll be back in gaming next month, and then probably get back into a fall schedule because then it's fall apparently again.
It's getting there. It's getting
Fine.
there. Hell yeah. Some great stuff happening over on Gut Punch, including real maps. I was talking about this before we went live. God, I love a real map. So good. In a very similar theme over there at Gut Punch. Jess, what about you?
Yeah, so I also am on Gut Punch, but hi, I'm Jess or Jess Ky. You can find me on the things and the stuff as Dr. Psych Owl, except for on Twitter, where I'm Dr. Psych Owl TV, for as long as Twitter will continue to be a shithole wasteland that it is, much like the rest of the world. But yeah, actually follow me on Instagram. You'll see more of my cosplay stuff there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's it. Thanks for having us.
Listen, what a delight. What an
Sorry,
yeah.
we were a little evil.
No, that's
No.
it's so much fun.
We did a lot
little
of
mini
plotting.
series is so good.
Yeah, the three of us did a lot of plotting about what we were going to do in our little session 0. It was good. It was good fun. Truly, what a intense. I'm baked right now. Everything was intense this entire session. It felt
Stoned to death.
Yeah, I'm stoned to death.
Blazing.
I'm gonna do a little podcast outro here. thank you all for listening to the No Fame podcast. This has been Null Shore 1932 Session 3. Only one session remains of our series. All things must come to an end one way or another. This episode of Null Shore 1932 featured our lovely guests, Ky as, let me say that again, Ky as Ermine. You can catch Ky at twitter.com/Kyola_creative or as the DM of Fractured Peninsula over at twitch.tv/gutpunchrp. And we've had Jess as, oh my God, again, I'm going to start. We'll edit this. And we had Jess as Gwendolyn. You can catch Jess at Instagram.com/Dr. Psychowl. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. You can catch Jess at Instagram.com/Dr. Psychowl or as Lizarath over on twitch.tv/GutPunchRP. And of course, we have our main crew, Josh Fritz as Chatsworth Seabring, Sinéad Marguerite as Sibyl Avery, Patrick O'Reilly as Thomas Clark, and myself, Justin Crane, as the Keeper of Arcane Lore. Friends, thank you so much for being in this game. Everyone in chat, thanks for hanging out. Again, my brain, I'm so sorry, I couldn't keep up with chat at all, but I saw some funny things happening over there. One session remains in 2 weeks featuring Josiah and Mallory. Dungeon Dad and Zero Doxy will be our final 2 guests of Null Shore 1932. And we're ending off in the Null Shore Mines. Ooh. That's it. Good night. We'll see you next time on the shore. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.